2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Valspar Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Quack. Hello, Henny.
Hi Luke, I'm very pleased to be covering this particular featured group because there's a fresh rivalry developing. I smell rivalry in the air. It's going to provide some great entertainment to both the spectators and us this week.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yes, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. And let's see what he can do here today. That's not the one he wanted. Second shot here on the first. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Looks like this one's bunker bound. I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
Distance control, not easy when you're coming out of the rough.
Well, this will be a bonus, right on 17 feet from here. That was a gallant attempt. An opportunity to make a par here.
Yep, tracking well.
He's currently tied for 15th. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead Course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
And they're playing from about 140 yards out. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup.
looking really good, this one. And this one is for his par. There it is. So no movement there. The player remains at even par. The Copperhead Course at Innisbrook can really bite you, especially if you're slightly wayward, and there's one of those holes right here at the third, Rich.
Decisions to be made. The fairway narrows up. Should you take driver out? Also the water on the right. So players more than likely laying back with some kind of fairway wood.
That is absolutely spot on.
Well, Rich, I'm being honest. This lie is putrid. Chosen the pitching wedge here. He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Okay, so that's step one, but now got to hold a mid-range putt. Let's see if he can make this and keep the par on the card.
Yep, tracking nicely.
Yeah, good job. Nice par. And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par three, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back.
And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. Opting for the 6-iron. Good shot there. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
It's been a little up and down, but she's just one stroke back from her rival.
Just didn't drop. That's disappointing. And back to the play, shall we? Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a two. Oh, sensational putt, that one. A big play at the right time, and their rival is now shaking in their boots. Trailing by 4 strokes. Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par fives on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left. That's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
Well, that's a handy shot. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Yeah, he's got around 125 here.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Come on, get a good bounce to the left. Yep, that shot's safely on the green.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
Playing their 5th shot. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Ooh. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
This is what they have left for par here. Looking good so far.
Well done. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The 6th hole at Innisbrook's Copperhead Course, Rich. It's a challenging one, isn't it?
If you find the fairway off the tee here, you are an amazing human being. The fairway tilts from right to left very significantly. Holding the fairway is almost impossible.
That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. Henny, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Yeah, this is sitting up nicely. It's not going to cause any troubles.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Not too sure what happened there. That's a very uncharacteristic mistake.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it.
Looking better.
Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
That makes its way to the first cut. Opting for the 9-iron.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Nicely done. And this putt to move into the top 5.
This one looking really good.
Oh, what a big putt to make that one. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Terrific roll. It even had a chance. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
It's a little wayward. This would be a great up and down. Didn't that look good for a long time? Well, these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet.
Solid little par putt here. It's looking solid.
Yep, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Currently a couple under for the event. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee at par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Attaboy, good shot. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
That is a delightful bunker shot, Beamer. Okay, let's get back to the action. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's got roughly 105 yards here.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Nice shot that. That should find the surface.
Wow, very aggressive play on this approach, putting some pressure on their rival Brooke Henderson.
And this putt to move into a tie for 4th place. That's tracking. Well done. Take the birdie. And that will take him to 3 under. And as we turn for home, Rich, always a good chance to reflect on the halfway stage of this round.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
Oh, golf clap. That's a beauty. This shot is about 140 yards out. Only 2 shots off the pace. This one needs to kick left. And this is an extremely long putt. They might even have to hinge on this one.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Yeah, the line was pretty good, but the length, that was loose. Putting for par. I like the look of this. They're nicely holed. Just 2 shots back after that hole. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway. And you can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
That dog will hunt.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Always like the aggressive play, going forward in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Surely it's going to.
Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Here's Brooke Henderson's next shot. Big time play, that one, at the right time too.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. Well, a birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee, a short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
Not quite sure about the strike on that one. This could be heading towards the rough. Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Yeah, he's looking at maybe a little over 130 to the pin.
Going with the 8-iron here.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I didn't think they'd be able to hit that from that lie.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
This is their look at birdie. Now that's how you roll the rock.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And as they leave that hole, Rich, you'd imagine a little bit frustrated after such a great shot in.
Opportunity lost, and one they needed to take advantage of, sitting just 2 back of the lead.
Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, this tee shot is about as hard as 8th grade algebra. It is absolutely mind-bending. It doesn't look like much, but that green absolutely, I think the green is made out of Gore-Tex. It repels golf balls.
That was wonderfully done. And this putt to move into a share of first.
Surely it's going to.
Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
From the sand, are they able to get up and down? Oh my, how about that for a par?
What an outstanding bunker shot. What a play. Great shot. Nicely done.
The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich, 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Sitting at 6 under for the day, currently tied for first place. Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. And here we are with the third shot. He shares the lead. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
Well, nicely done. Holds the putt for back-to-back birdies.
I like it. 2 in a row.
Still in the lead now after that hole. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead Course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Left yourself an opportunity. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
That'll sting a bit. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
This for par.
That gets the job done. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, what a touch of class. Holds it from the sand. So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Well, as you enter the dreaded snake pit here at Innisbrook's Copperhead Course, Rich, you know where you stand on the 16th tee.
This tee shot forces your hand. You must take it down the right-hand side in order to have a good look at this green for your second shot. Any misses out to the left, you're going to find the trees in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, that was pummeled. Great drive. From around 140 yards here. Currently leading by 2. sitting at 7 under. Outright first here. Straight out of the top draw.
Love watching this player around the greens.
Now leading by 1 shot. The Copperhead's penultimate hole is a good par 3 playing up the hill.
It's a tough tee shot, plays longer than what's on the yardage. Any pin that's in the front part of the green is a difficult one to find as the green is so narrow.
Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. Well, that's beautifully judged.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
This is Brooke Henderson. Oh, don't tell me. Did she hold that? Well, that'll move her up the leaderboard as well. Just outside 10 feet to the hole here, right on 11 feet to be exact.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. He's currently sitting in first place. The closing hole of Innisbrook's Copperhead Course is also the final hole of the Snake Pit, and this one here has everything going against it.
Lay it back and you're going to have a long second shot back up the hill, but if you take driver and find the fairway, you'll be rewarded with a very short second shot. That's really not what they were looking for.
Henny, I'm sure you've got a better look of that lie.
He is not going to like this one bit. This is what bad lies are made of.
That's disappointing.
Can't fault him there. This rough is nasty. No fault in missing the green.
Yeah, that's well played. Safely onto the putting surface. And if this can go down, he'll save par.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
And another round safely in the books. And with that, this player will be delighted with their performance today, up there on top of the leaderboard.
And that's a good place to be after the first round. But listen, there's lots of golf to be played, multiple rounds they still have to navigate through. But after the first day, it gives you a lot of confidence going forward.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.